Hi everyone, my name is Pleightfour. I'm coming to you today without a script again because I just want to have a one-on-one conversation. I have a loose list of points I want to hit, that's it. I have recently received word that Spotify has stopped playing ice ads, and that's great. That's honestly amazing. Some people will try to say that Spotify did it because ICE ran out of budget or it's ICE that canceled the contract, and I don't care what the reasoning is. People protested in front of Spotify. Spotify was boycotted. Their stocks were going down for a very long time. For whatever reason, they decided to stop playing ice ads. That's great. Honestly, that's something worth cheering for. End of story. With that being said, I'm actually quite sick of talking about Spotify, and I never wanted to in the first place. I was always disappointed by Spotify's actions at every turn, and I wanted to use that passion towards a good cause, which happened. Whether I had any part to do with it at all, I doubt it. The goal was achieved. They stopped playing ice ads. And quite honestly, I don't really care what Spotify does past this point. I'm not on there in any meaningful way. Any songs that I do have on there were distributed by other people. My buddy, for example, wants to keep her music up on Spotify. That's her prerogative. I don't care what she does with her music. She has the rights to the stuff we collabed on that's up on Spotify, and that's fine. And that goes for any artist I've collabed with that works on Spotify. I don't care if you have stuff on Spotify, quite honestly, because A, I'm not on there anymore, and B, I don't use their service. Personally, I just choose not to support companies that would much rather barbecue me and eat me over an open flame than pay me more. I just don't support companies that hurt me. It's just a no-brainer for me, but for other people, they might have a reason to be on it. Whatever, I don't care. That being said, though, if this is a topic that you care about, I don't understand why you're not being loud about it. If your dream is to make money off of music, you should be advocating for yourself. You should say, hey, Spotify, why don't you pay me more than 0.4 of a cent per stream? You could be paying me a whole lot more. And I mean, no one actually makes a real amount of money from Spotify. Even, all the names you hear, they also only get 0.4 of a cent per stream. And yeah, that might equate to a lot more money if you have billions upon billions of views, but that does not equate to billions upon billions of dollars, which is insane. And if your excuse is, well, that's just the way it is, well, if your FL Studio crashes while you're making a really good song, you're going to try your best to find that project, and that I bet you that's not the way it is. In other words, if the problem affects you, stand up for yourself. Everything about Spotify struck a nerve when I was on there. That's why I'm not on there. That's why I don't use it. I buy MP3s from websites now. One, it supports the artists a whole lot better. Two, it's cheaper. It's cheaper to buy 100 songs and to be on Spotify Premium for a whole year. And then after that, assuming I don't buy it after that, I don't get to use their service without ads anymore, which has an egregious amount. My point being, I don't need to talk about Spotify anymore. It's not my problem. And if it's your problem, fix it. Do something about it. You're creative. Figure it out. You problem solve every day by making music, whether it be playing an instrument, whether it be on your DAW, whatever you do, you problem solve to make that song happen. And honestly, that's really cool. But your creativity does not end at your music. Things that you could do to make your dreams happen might not include just making your craft better or advertising a little better. It might include going to the company that's directly paying you and saying, I deserve a raise. People back then, when they were paid nothing and had to do 10-hour work shifts, do you think they just took it? No. We live better lives because those people went out of their way for the good of everyone. I don't understand why more musicians can't take a stance for something that is so clearly being held out in front of them. Spotify is just oh, you're not going to make that money. You're not going to achieve your dream. I don't stand for it, and neither should you. But that being said, I will not fill your feeds with Spotify anymore. To me, it is such an irrelevant part of my life now. And I do care about musicians and them getting paid. But if you guys want something to happen with it, do something about it.
And that's why we come out here every week to let Spotify know that they're complicit in the destruction of families and that we're not going to take.
I think you could find it in the budget to pay me at least 1 single cent per stream. Otherwise, I see very little incentive as an artist to stay on your platform. Our last demand is to stop playing Ice Addicts. This is the main reason your stock has dropped so significantly.